Hello, and welcome back to Streets of Rage 4, the latest installment of the Streets of Rage franchise, modernized and normal mode running smooth. In this part, we are moving from the basement of the art gallery, stage 8, moving into stage 9, because just like in the classic Streets of Rage games, the levels happen to flow so conveniently well, it has to be fiction.
Thanks, Floyd.
Got it. Y Tower.
So, did Mr. X actually build his tower like this, or did the Y twins change it to be symbolic of their organization?
The latter. Mr. X has been dead for the past 10 years now, so he probably had nothing to do with Y Tower.
I don't know. I mean, if you recall, we did actually raid Mr. X's tower side compound in Streets of Rage 1.
Yeah. I mean, it is still the same city. It's the same. It very likely is a lot of the same buildings, just like what the syndicate does is they take an existing form and they make it their own, just because. Stupid triple kick.
No, they're doing Dan's triple kick, though.
Observe that in the sauna room, it is steamy, and the floor is slippery because of condensation. Somebody really should use that mop. But we will use this Swiffer mop in order to beat people's faces in. Not necessarily for cleaning floors.
I actually really enjoy how lightweight the handle of Swiffers are. They make for decent practice pole arms. But I also think that Swiffer in particular is not actually all that good at cleaning drenched floors, specifically because the fabric rag that it uses as a dust magnet, if it gets overloaded with water, it just fails to work afterwards.
Does not every sponge have a saturation point?
Yeah.
Well, I think that lightweight mops, yes, I agree that lightweight handles do make for very convenient cleaning. Because, I mean, for God's sake, you have to use your arms in order to lift it. You can get some exercise, sure, but you might find yourself a little bit more sore than you need to be after doing housekeeping.
Dokuja. They're a combination of E. Honda and Geese Howard. Oy.
These are Goro palette swaps. Remember that these fellows have counter to everything except throw. Even having items thrown at them, they also will counter that. I'm not quite sure how I had managed to punch him while I was just explaining that he counters everything, but fuck it. These guys are wearing
He has to enter his counter stance before he actually does counter stuff, though.
The assumption is that these guys are assholes, and they should be treated as such. Now
Hi, Goro.
Here we have the Black Belt Master.
Seriously, Pheasant looks so much like a Don from Street Fighter.
He looks like he's spent a little too much time in the sun.
The big issue that I've got with Pheasant is that he actually has Joe Higashi's fire kick.
Fire kick. Oh, that's why he's a tomato. It's because he has fire kick. Funny. Speaking of funny, Streets of Rage 2 fans will remember that backdrop in the background. That is Mr. X, who also was holding his great purple hands over the city, but for some reason, Y Tower is at the bottom of it now.
Silver and gold,
however,
silver and gold, mooks to throw out of the wall.
Yeah, the tuxes all have, this is where we change the food items. Because they give you the option to do this mid-game, and I think it's awesome that they let you do this, because as soon as you're done, boom, suddenly everything looks exactly as you said it. Pizza?
Go with the pasta. The pasta is the best one.
Spaghetti and meatballs is a pretty filling plate. Alright, now while we get to enjoy the Stage 3 music from Streets of Rage 2, let's take a ride on the elevator, where those walls on each side of the arena become twice as convenient because enemies will inflict damage on the walls until it breaks. Because the wall has a hitbox that will keep enemies in the air as long as you can keep a combo going.
Yeah, but you guys aren't actually all that good at performing the wall bounce juggles.
Well, it's one of the most difficult things in this game is getting the hang of combos. If you're coming into this after playing Streets of Rage 1 through 3, and I highly doubt that a lot of people found this game of their own accord. I think most people found this game because they did play the classics and they are used to the tropes. Combos are going to take the longest time to wrap your head around. What's not going to take...
Actually, I don't think that most people would have found it that way either. I think the majority of the advertising for this game was strictly fan word of mouth. Because I don't remember almost any advertising on Streets of Rage 4 going into it.
Well, I mean, they put out a trailer, but who's going to find the trailer? It's people who are already aware that you could throw people into pits in order to inflict infinite damage because they don't have reach back out from crevice.
Is this Max? Oh no, it's Evil Max.
It's Evil Max. Creatures with red eyes fear fire above all else.
Actually, I don't think Max actually is that afraid of fire. He might be afraid of lightning, though.
That also is a thing that happens in Sekiro. Anyway, Max is mind controlled. Occasionally, he will go into an animation where he has to struggle with his own self against what it is he's doing. He's aware that he is inflicting damage on his friends, but thanks to the Y-twins and their indistinct forms at center middle and the mind control speakers on the far right, he has no choice but to fight for purposes that he can't even repel against.
No life pose, huh?
Oh, it's just another boxing match. People are drunk, people are betting, and people are cheering.
So this is kind of like the Birds of Prey episode from Justice League Unlimited.
Was that also the one where the Justice League had to turn on their friends?
Yes, but specifically due to a mind control collar that got attached to Wonder Woman.
Yeah, the 2003 Teen Titans show also had an episode where the Titans were turned on each other because of mind control tactics. That was the Puppet King episode. That was a thing.
No, what else happened there was that Starfire and Raven ended up switching bodies.
Yeah, that also was a thing that did not necessarily happen during the same episode, but it did. And we defeated Max.
I'm pretty sure that happened with the Puppet King.
Max is one of the easier bosses in the Streets of Rage 4 game. You really should never have a hard time with him. If you're going for S rank, you're going to hate the crap out of him, but we're going to be satisfied with B rank.
Modern Axel. Modern Blaze.
Yeah, let's modern up real quick because Stage 10 has a few nuanced sounds that are going to need your attention. Except I'm not sure if Streets of Rage 1 Blaze was necessarily the best choice. But meanwhile, plot.
Ah, crap, it's an auditory controller.
Woman of few words.
Ms. Y.
Yes, Ms. Y. The OST for this game lists the soundtrack that plays when you actually fight this character as Mrs. Y, but no, she is not married to her own brother. Activate the mind control device. Ah, no! Ah, but we can, with our brains and our feet.
So, is this how we actually unlock her?
No, Estel actually is not a playable character. She really at this point, like, they're really laying it on thick that she should have been a playable character. But
definitely.
No, Estel is just our friend now.
Okay.
You'll soon all be eating out of our hands, but, I mean, I really hope you wash them first. I mean, for God's sake, I mean, hygiene has become very important these days.
Quick, we have to stop it. It.
Thanks, Estel.
Thanks. See, she even wants us on a first name basis, but we can't fucking see her first name in the character select menu. Now let's jump to our deaths.
Now Floyd would actually survive this easily. He would just use an energy redirection stomp with his arms and then bounce a bit.
Quickly now, to the concert! Away!
This is one of the more.
So instead of a backflip, Modern Blaze gets a front flip into a hammer swing. Okay.
Well, that's the dash attack. Streets of Rage 1 Blaze didn't have the dash attack. She just has punch combo, jump kick, and all that good stuff. But she also does have power attack if you press the hold button. I think the reason, shit, who the fuck am I playing as? I think Mike's playing as Modern Blaze. I'm playing as Classic Blaze. I mean, normal mode is so easy that you should. Oh, special. Normal mode is so easy. You should feel at liberty to just play who you want to play as. Every character has an answer to the situations because it's not that hard. You have plenty of lives. They don't deal a lot of damage, and the AI is at normal difficulty setting. And it's also playing Alien Power. I'm gonna slowly dial up the audio so I can hear this jam. And again, Streets of Rage 2 was the favorite. Most of the tracks that you hear during these alternate tracks, which we're using for the entire normal mode run, are from Streets of Rage 2. This is from the 3rd level. Stupid blocking. You can't block my spike bat.
That's a lot of speakers.
The Lucky Bucket. Watch out for Z. He has a ball peen. Ow.
Stupid.
So you're supposed to use this hammer to break down the door? The bikers are back!
The bike, that's right. We're not done with these fools yet.
Oh, okay. Modern Blaze still actually has a backflip as her defensive special. Okay.
See, these goons are trained in a variety of ways. These ladies are trained to use their heads.
No, that's a Hercules joke.
Nah, it's a Toy Story 2 joke.
But I don't want to use my head.
Well, that was easy.
So, what are we going to use the hammer on?
We're gonna throw it at people.
Oh.
Especially dickheads. Joseph. Jonathan.
Jasper?
Taylor. Cheeseburger. See, if you were paying attention to the clothesline on the right, they foreshadowed that fat boy was going to show up because there was a fat boy's clothes hanging up drying.
No, so does Big Ben still have his fire breath?
Big Ben does still have fire breath. Anri is, you gotta watch out for Anri's totally vertical roll. He will roll in the up and down direction first, and then he will spiral off into a direction. Anri causes a lot of chaos action. He will hit his friends. He will hit objects in the environment. You should watch out for that. Fight all night long.
Scaling across the rooftops.
All right, we see the white love.
Oh, and now there's just free-flowing construction equipment.
Yep, and this is a wrecking ball. You should respect the wrecking ball. It will fuck you up if you're not paying attention. When it has enough momentum.
Do we have the Aria of Sorrow puzzle here?
Well, what would be the parallel with Aria of Sorrow here?
Hit the wrecking ball in the correct manner enough times and it will break through a wall.
Nope, the wrecking ball is just fixed. The wrecking ball is just a thing that you have to watch out for as long as the screen is locked on this position. Use it in order to trip up enemies. Enemies do not pay attention. Enemies never pay attention to our environmental matter. They don't pay attention to what the other characters are doing. They are independent units. And you can exploit that because a lot of times, because their AI will tell them to evade instead of going to you directly, they will probably walk into the path of the wrecking ball just by being that stupid.
And it does actually hurt enemies quite a bit.
Oh yeah, dude, use the wrecking ball. It is your friend.
Hey, Kubo.
PVC pipe, I missed you. See, it's when they vary the sound effects. That's really nice. Special. Yeah, special. Ow. Ow. Pain. Oh, this is also beware that this is another got you checkpoint where you can advance to the next screen before you get all the items. The exit point is in the top right corner of the screen where you could see that the concert floor is just beyond. Try to stay away from that. Get your items, get your health, pick up.
You missed the burger.
Get the money. Oh. No, we got the burger.
Oh, okay.
And
away we go.
Yep.